Eastern Time, delivering live free picks for today's action. So make sure you're with us live as you like, subscribe, then set notifications so you're live with us. So you get the best numbers from these picks and you get the plays in those instances where these games may be starting just minutes away. You want to be live with us. Just a reminder of a few things. Our promo code, you can save 20% off all pre-pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link in the description, clicking the All Cappers tab, and get signed up. Also love to hear from you guys, so post your picks in the comments below. And of course, we want you to visit Tony'sPicks.com. Again, our multi-capper site showcases top cappers in our industry. Click the link to the hot cappers and get signed up to a long-term pass. You see some of our hot cappers right now, like Hollywood Sam has been red hot. Collins Tiffany's been on fire. Ramon as well. We've got Morning Steam Crew has been on fire as well over the last 7 days. So click the links here and get signed up. As you can scroll down, you'll see our featured picks up on the board. You can also click the best bet tab. Each capper can release one best bet per sport per day, so you'll see multiple ones. Tiffany with 5 sports handicap, the major sports handicap, a best bet there. She's been on fire, so get signed up. Ramon in with the best bet as well from college football. Morning Steam team with a couple of best bets in there right now. GM's up there. Brandon, our newest capper, in with the best bet from Thursday Night NFL, as well as NHL best bet in there, and I've got one up there as well as Mindy. So you guys, so check them out right there. $15 pick. Well, each capper can designate one of their picks from their card as a $15 premium pick, just to showcase their service there. Many of them want to make a good impression. They make their best bets their $15 pick. And of course, some of you larger players, you like those 3-packs, and we got those 3-packs there for you. I want you to notice here, we put user first. I should have talked more about our design here. It's basically smart tab navigation here. Again, putting the user first. We're not looking for page views. I know the advertisers don't like hearing that, but basically we put the users first here with our smart tab navigation here, making it much convenient here for you to find the information for your e-commerce experience, for your data search here with our leaderboards. You're not having to click through pages. It's a very smart user first design here on Tony'sPicks.com with tab navigation. So check that out. Also, I want to make note of a new feature to Tony'sPicks.com that we just launched, and I made a tweet on it, and we don't have any late steams out there, but I want to let you know that we've just started our late steam feature. Our pick ticker will look like this. Cappers can now release premium plays between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time, and those will be displayed as late steam. We had some soccer late steam earlier this morning, so I wanted to take a snapshot of it so I can show you here on the show, because we don't have too much afternoon today, so we won't have too many late steams at this hour. But anyway, the late steam will be designated in green. That means the capper has released this play within 10 minutes and 2 hours of game time. Now, the more information you have, the better they're going to hit. So these plays are going to hit at a higher rate with the late steam, because you'll have all the information. And also, I want to make note too, to all our package customers, our long-term customers, our duration-based customers, season-long customers, this feature is now added to you at no charge. Late steam, not only do we sell the late steam on the pick ticker, but for our long-term customers, you will receive an email notification as soon as these plays are released. So email notification from us, and for all the late steam plays released by your handicapper that you have a subscription with. So that's the added feature now. The late steam is now implemented on Tony'sPicks.com. If you're not a long-term customer and you want to buy these plays individually, they are available on the pick ticker. And again, since I can't show it to you live because we don't have any early afternoon action today, but you will see them in green here, late steam plays. So that will designate the late steams that have been released between 10 minutes and 2 hours before start time. So a huge feature here at Tony'sPicks.com. We're pretty much innovators here with a lot of these features now. The smart tab navigation, putting the user first. Late steam, putting the user first. Many of these multi-capper systems just don't have the resources to do this type of technology. Many times they are under a time limit. Get your picks in by a certain time. Then let it time as cappers. 8 hours go. You see plays you like, you bet them, but you can't get them to your customers. Not here. Our handicappers will be able to submit their late steam plays to all of their long-term customers, their subscription customers, via email immediately once it's entered in the system. Remember, the picks will be put in between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Those will be late steams, and those will be emailed out to the package, the long-term subscribers. Again, if you're not a long-term subscriber, you buy the plays individually, just look for the green, and those are the late steam, meaning they have just posted. And we're going to put a little link there, what our late steam, where you guys can click and find out what they are for those newer to the site. But I just want to showcase that feature, very important new feature now at Tony'sPicks.com has been that late steam. So a really good feature. All right, let's get this one underway. Today on the show, we've got with us here Ramon Scott and Mindy Hahn. All right, let's get game day picks underway. Let's welcome in Mindy Hahn. You'll find her over at Tony'sPicks.com, where she does great work out there. Really off to a great start in NHL. We'll bring her in right now. Mindy, what's happening?
Not too much. Doing well, Tony. That's a cool new feature to the website. So looks pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting there, being able to get those late plays out to customers. I've been in the industry well over 20 years around it as well, a front end, a back end, a betting and all. I know insides and out of this industry. The biggest frustrations we have in this industry is we got to put our picks in by a certain time and nothing else because we want to make sure our customers get them. But what about those late plays we love? Well, we can't get them to the customer in time. They're not going. Well, guess what? We figured that out. we all our long-term customers now get our late steam plays, and that's just phase one. Phase two, we're going to implement some SMS technology into the system so we can SMS them. That's not now. That's coming in the future. We're going to get the email out to them. So we were continuing on here with innovations. Our smart tab navigations. Yes, we do. I know the advertisers like me saying this. Yeah, we give up page views, but we put the user experience first with that smart tab navigation, as you see that on our site there. And we're continuing moving on here with innovations. And Wendy, we're looking here at NHL tonight, here at 8 Eastern time. Wild here hosting the Canucks, Wild minus 180. And they're a wild team when you watch them. Total 6.5.
They are wild. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting here because both of these teams are trying to just totally turn their seasons around. Both started off 0-3 here this season. I don't think either of them thought that they would be particularly in this situation, especially with how they've played. I mean, the Canucks offense, they're actually much improved this season, averaging 3 goals per game. But yet the defenses let them down, allowing 4.5 goals per game. And then, again, how is the Wild actually losing when they average 4.5 goals a game? Well, I know why. It's because the defense is allowing 6.5 goals per game. It's pretty bad when you have, a couple of your goalies that have, averages that are well over 8 right now at the beginning of the season. To me, with all of this play, these teams aren't playing bad. They're just putting up the offense and they're allowing those pucks to get into goals. So I'm going to look at the over 6.5 goals in this one. The over trends are everywhere here. The over 6-1-1 in the Wild's last 8 following you get a game of 3 goals or more. And the over is over the last 6 games overall. Canucks are 5-1-1 to the over after a day's rest. That's why I said it keeps going and going. 11-3-2 in the last 16 overall, for the Wild. And it's just crazy how much it's been going. And then if you take a look too, like Vancouver, they're the only team in NHL history that has basically lost 4 in a row after having multi-digit leads in each of their, first 3 games. So yeah, I'll take the over in this one.
Yeah, take the over. Bad defense everywhere. You got Canucks giving up 4.5 goals a game. The Wild 6.7 goals, and both teams putting pucks in the net. The penalty kill has been terrible here for Vancouver. 57.1% on the kill percentage. Almost, you're almost time people are scoring on them when they're in the box. So yeah, it's just been pretty rough here, both teams defensively.
Well, yeah, because if you take a look at power play, for the Canucks, they're doing well. They're second in the league at 42.9%. But like you said, then when you go ahead and get on the other side of that and you give it up 52% of the times, that's just not going to work out for a team here that, is trying to rebuild here, basically. They're trying to get off to, a better season. The Wild, we expect them to do better things. I think they'll be able to get this, squared away. But just to start the season, I think it's a good time to get in on some of these trends before they probably even themselves back out here pretty soon.
All right, Mindy here on Canucks Wild. Over a total of 6.5 goals. This one has a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for tonight's action. A little bit of everything. A little bit of everything out there. NFL game out there. A couple of college football. We got a couple of NBA marquee matchups. A lot on the ice tonight as well. And also, don't forget that baseball game. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks, where you're doing great work over in the NHL last 7 days?
So as I talked about this morning, I'm going to be in on one game in each sport. So I got one Major League Baseball, NFL, NHL, NCAA football, and the NBA. So I do have those singular plays that you could go ahead and get my best bets in each of those. But then I also went ahead and packaged them together for you as well. So you can get the 5-pack of my best bets if you choose to do so. That again would be better than getting all of those a la carte, especially when they're $25 per play, and you can get 5 for 45. So it definitely goes ahead and makes sense. And then also, while you're at it, don't worry about the a la carte. Don't worry about getting a $45 package. Go ahead and spend the $100 and get it throughout the weekend. So you get Friday, Saturday, Sunday plays. I mean, it's a good time to get a lot of plays. I play volume. Been doing really well. I'm not quite on the leaderboard yet because I had a kind of a bad Saturday. So as soon as Saturday falls off, you'll see all those wins show up there again as well. So yeah, been really strong. Pretty much besides college football there, having that rough day. I think I'm still up, but I'll be back on the leaderboards here for the week and for the month soon.
That's right, guys. Get aboard with Mindy Hahn over at Tony'sPicks.com. Of course, the plays up there on the board right now. Lots of them up there. We have a 3-pack here, plays here from MLB, NHL, and NBA. Also, playoff guaranteed best bet is up on the board as well. Individually, Thursday night NBA best bet, also in best bet action with college football. And, of course, NHL, the best bets. So a lot of best bets on the board right now from Mindy over at Tony's Picks. Of course, she does have her 5-pack up there as well. You can get that as well on the site here. So get on board here with Mindy over at Tony's Picks on that big play here on her one play in all sports tonight. Big card here from the ice, NBA, and more. So get on board with Mindy. Of course, Mindy was talking about, instead of buying these plays individually, you may consider the long-term passes. She does have a 3, 7, and 3rd-day all-sports pass. We went up to a year. You get all of her premium plays for that time period. You select when you go to her handicapper page and you make that purchase. And as I said, in addition, now all long-term customers here at the same charge, we don't charge extra for this, is you'll be also entitled to any of Mindy's late steam plays, which these are games that will go off between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. So in addition to going into your member account and getting your picks early, morning, early afternoon, if there's any games that go off that Mindy likes between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time, once that pick is entered in the system, it will go into the members area, but more importantly, it'll be emailed to you. You'll be email notified of any late steam that she has under all of these long-term passes, adding much more value here to the long-term pass here, including those late steam plays, which will have all the information, we'll have the lines in our favor, stuff like that. So check it out here and get on board with a long-term pass. You can also use the promo code to save 20% off. That'll take $66 off a 1-month all sports pass when you use the promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Mindy's page by clicking the link in the description, clicking the All Cabbers tab, and then get signed up. All right, Mindy, I know we've also put together a Twitter account for you at Tony's Picks Mindy with nothing but the picks there. And of course, that morning steam show, a lot of volume of picks up there with you and Ramon here Saturday through Thursday here at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, the big dog's head keeps hitting the table, so I'm getting a little bouncy today. You can probably see her. But yeah, so you can catch 2 more of my NHL free plays today on Twitter. So go to Twitter, hit the follow button, and then the notifications. You'll get every single free play that I put out. Or otherwise, if you're not a fan of Twitter and you just like YouTube, well, go ahead and find me and Ramon on the morning show. The morning steam every Saturday through Thursday. Today we put on a 2-hour show. Did about 35 picks to get everything in for you guys. Did really well yesterday. We're killing it. We're positive for the last 5 days now for sure. So yeah, it's been a pretty exciting time for us to put our heads together and come up with some more great plays to put out so we can all have, maximize our profits against Vegas, since that's the whole goal of what we're trying to achieve here as handicappers, whether you're professional or just do it for fun in your spare time. But yeah, we're having a good time on the show. Had tons of people in the chat room today. It was so much fun. So we look forward to more of you guys getting in there, getting in on that, or at least watching some of the replays. You can also check out single game plays. So you can type in, Notre Dame in there, the morning steam, and that will come up. So you can take a look to see what our, predictions are for the game. So yeah, we're having a great time. We love it. Thanks, Tony.
That's right, you got it, guys. Check them out, Mindy and Ramon on the morning steam Saturday through Thursday on our YouTube channel and Twitter. You can check the archives out on our YouTube channel at Tony's Picks, and of course watch the entirety there Or you could also watch each individual pick as our crew, our support staff, it takes that video and edits each individual pick out, so making it convenient. Again, the user experience, right? We get you, the viewer, the option to go back there and look at them. I know a lot of people like those late night plays, so if you happen to miss the show, you can easily go over and do a search for the game and then put Morning Steam, because we have the Morning Steam and the pick in our title, so that will show up on search, and you'll be able to find it. So that late game you're looking for, check it out. A very good feature there as well over at Tony's Picks YouTube channel. And I just want to make note here of our podcast. If you want to get every pick in podcast form, and it's not convenient for you to check out the videos, if you're driving, if you're commuting, if you're house cleaning, or doing whatever you're doing, you're watering the lawn, you're outdoors, you could listen to the podcast. Tony's Picks podcast, every pick in podcast form. Every pick from the Morning Steam is in podcast form. Or you could also listen to the show uninterrupted in its entirety, as the show is also up on the podcast Morning Steam. So check it out on Tony's Picks on the podcast on all major platforms. All right, Mindy, as always, great having you on the show. I'm going to have so many features. I think we're going to have a separate show for the features. But anyway, have yourself a great and then we'll talk again tomorrow.
Just roll them out, kind of slow like this. We'll just, a little bit every day, and everyone can absorb that as you go, right?
I know. That's how I'm going to have to figure it. I'm going to have to time it in there. All right, Mindy, have a great afternoon, evening. We'll talk tomorrow.
All right, take care.
You got it, Mindy on here on Game Day Picks. Guys, make sure you join us here, Game Day Picks here, Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set notifications. Be live with us here so you can you get the picks. And on those occasions where there's day action, you'll be able to get them, get those plays before they go off. That's also an important thing. Of course, get the best numbers as well. And we did mention the podcast, and we'll move on here. We'll go ahead and welcome in Ramon Scott. You'll find him over at Tony'sPicks.com, where he's been on fire on the website. Let's bring him in right now. Ramon, what's happening?
All right, Tony, just ready for a big day, watching some soccer here. And, it's the day every sports bettor loves, when you got all the sports going.
Yep, they all do, and of course you got all the bookmakers on edge here, trying to predict their bottom line.
Can't watch them all.
Yeah, you can't watch them all, and that's the one benefit we have as bettors, is we don't have to bet them all, right? So we can kind of pick and choose the ones that we like. Here we're getting to the point of the season where we're getting all these sports overlap. I mean, college football is now 17, college basketball about 18 days away, so lots happening here. And tonight we're going back to the ice here at 7:40 Eastern Time. The regional rivalry here between the Islanders and Devils. Islanders minus 135, total 6.5.
Yeah, should be a good one tonight. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Islanders looking pretty decent so far. New Jersey's got some things to work out. Islanders, they did lose their opener to Florida. Florida pretty good, the President's Cup team last year, so they come in 2-1, while the Devils are 1-2. Goalies aren't confirmed yet, but you got to figure Ilya Sorokin, mostly reported as a starter tonight for the Islanders. That's good news. He's off to a good start, and he's always performed well to start the season. October is kind of a good month for him as he gets off to good starts. Right now, he's has a 1.51 goals against average in 2 starts. He started 2 of the 3 games so far. He defeated Anaheim 7-1. 2 games back, he was out last game, but stopping 94% of the shots so far. And the Devils unsure yet right now. Could be Blackwood, could be Vanacek. Doesn't matter right now. The Islanders will have the advantage in goal, but New Jersey has scored just 8 goals in 3 games so far, ranking about 25th or 26th in the league so far. And the Devils are also 31st in shooting percentage so far. Out of the last 51 games or so, 34 of the matchups between these two have gone under. That's 34 out of the last 51 meetings between these two teams. The Devils, they're currently 27th in power play opportunities, and right now not producing as well as the Islanders. And the Islanders also a perfect 12 for 12 in penalty kill so far. Sorokin has stopped 48 of 51 shots so far this season, owns a 5-2 record against New Jersey, stopping 92% of the shots against him. So the last 10 matchups between these two teams, even though we are seeing an increase in scoring across the league so far, The average between these two teams in the last 10 games has been 5.2 goals. You might throw in certainly a few ticks on the decimal there for the fact that scoring is up in the league so far. But the Islanders have owned this series, Tony, of late, winning 8 of the last 10. So maybe the Islanders have that advantage. They are 26th in power play percentage, though, at 10%, so they're not exactly clicking yet on the power play. Meanwhile, New Jersey's killed 90% of their penalties, and defensively, New Jersey, number one in block shots. That's one thing they're doing well so far, but their power play just 11.1%. They're in the bottom third of the league. I'm going under tonight, no matter who's in there for New Jersey, Blackwood or Vanacek. I'm going to go under 6.5. One interesting note, Tony, if you look at the odds screen right now, there's a few. If you look at the Winnipeg-Vegas game, yes, there's some 7 unders up there or heavily juiced 6 overs. But take a look up and down the board right now. Every game is pretty much 6.5. No 6s, no 5.5s. Shows you where we're at with scoring in the league. Every single game, really, and the general line is 6.5 tonight.
Yeah, it is, and I wasn't surprised if that if that wild game goes to 7. That would be interesting. I don't know if I saw 7s in the marketplace in that game because we are starting to see scoring go way up here. And just to make the note here on this one, yeah, it just seemed that the when you look at what the Devils and Islanders over their past 2 games, each team has not scored on the power play, and each team has not given up a power play goal.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, right, the Islanders are, like I said, perfect this season, 12 for 12 at killing the power play. So they'll have a streak going a little bit tonight. New Jersey not necessarily getting to those opportunities right now, and we'll see how that goes tonight. But man, with Sorokin, he could be having he could have a good, well, he's going to have probably a pretty good season. Ilya's a pretty good goalie, but just start off 94%, 1.51 goals against. Right now, he looks like he's clicking, and I like where he's sitting for this season. That's one of the things that the Islanders definitely have going for them right now heading into the season. So New Jersey, they definitely have some things to work out for sure, I would say, heading in. But both these teams are, trending over, Tony, no doubt about it. Both teams 2-1 to the over thus far. So maybe I'm bucking it a little bit. Mindy was in here selling us on goals, and here I am again as always.
Well, when you look at you look at the specialty teams. You could make a case for the under. There's no doubt about that, right? And that's where it comes down to is especially, and the teams that are a defensive focus. Yeah, we do see some 7s in the Jets Golden Knights game. I see some 7s. We don't see a 7s yet in that wild game, Wild and Canucks. I don't see any 7s on my live betting screen and live odds screens. And I thought I saw another 7 on the Edmonton game. And the Edmonton and the Carolina game, I do see 1-7 in the marketplace. So we are seeing some of the 7s start to pop up in some of these games. I'm surprised not yet in Minnesota, but this one here, Devils, Islanders, under a total of 6.5 goals. This one to have a start time here of 7:40 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take over at TonySpeaks.com here for today's action. There's a little bit of everything tonight, right? We've got all these sports overlapping. It plays from the NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, 5 of the major sports in action. You're doing fantastic work here. 1,154 units of profit the last 7 days. That is all documented over at TonySpeaks.com. So when you visit Ramon's profile page, just scroll down to the pick history. You can verify all those numbers by going to the pick history and checking them out there over on the page at TonySpeaks.com. As you scroll down, you'll go through all his pick offerings. Bottom of the page is where you'll find the pick history, and then you'll be able to verify all those numbers that Ramon has up there. As you'll see 10 picks at a time, and you just kind of scroll over it and get the rest of them here. As you can see the records here, the way it's laid out. All right, Ramon, lots of action tonight. A big NHL card. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Got a 5-pack tonight in hockey, Tony. Coming off a pretty solid night where I swept my 3-pack last night on the late part of the card. 4-2 last night in the NHL with 6 plays. We're coming at you tonight with 5 plays tonight in hockey. That was 2 nights ago. Sorry about that. They're coming so fast and furious. Tony, last night was a light night in hockey where I went 1-0 with the St. Louis Blues. We won our 1 play last night. It was the previous night we had that winner, or that winning streak, a little bit of a winning streak anyway. So five 5 plays tonight on the ice. So got a 5-pack over there right now for $35 right there at Tony'sPicks.com. Also got the Major League Baseball game number 2 between New York and Houston. Got that one as a solo play for you. Also in the NBA, we're back at it with a TNT doubleheader. I got 1 play tonight, locked and loaded on the hardwood. That one comes to you in the early game with Milwaukee and Philadelphia. Also, I mentioned college football. Tony, don't forget, we got a game in the ACC. We got that big Sun Belt game tonight. I've got 1 play for you in college football, and right now I'm on a 7-2 run in my last 9 picks in college football. So, big night. Right now, no premium in the NFL. No disrespect to the Saints in Arizona, but just not going to probably be involved with a premium tonight in Thursday night football, I'm afraid. I did give out a pick on the show on the side, so you can check it out at Tony's Picks YouTube channel and find the game between the Saints and the Cardinals. We got several plays up from the team. If you look there between you and Ben and Mindy and I, plenty of free picks on that game tonight. So focus will be on the ice, but also NBA, college football, and Major League Baseball. Pick up pass right now. It's a good time to maybe pick up that weekend pass, get it rolling for maybe tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday, or even a week-long package. Make sure we cover the weekend. It's going to be a big weekend. And, I just really fired up because all these sports tonight. Love it when everyone says, hey, let's have all the sports at once. Well, that's what we got.
All the sports, what indeed. Get over most got over at Tony's Picks, a college football Thursday discount best bet up there. That is his $15 premium pick right on the top of the page right now over at Tony's Picks. Also, ALS Action Game 2 premium pick for Ramon as well, as we kind of scroll here and take a look at what Ramon has for offer. NBA Thursday night premium pick. NHL, a 5-pack here tonight on that huge card on the ice here. So get on board here with Ramon here. Of course, you'll notice these plays here with the orange, dark orange here are profit guarantee, meaning they must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credited back in your account. That is profit guarantee. Now, if you want to, you can also opt, if you want to save some money, get the longer term passes from Ramon. He offers a 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. If you get that 1 month all sports pass, it's 1 month of premium plays here for Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. You'll get all of his premium plays here. We're talking about the NFL here for one month, all the college football for a month. Of course, the NBA is in action. We got the remainder of the Major League Baseball playoffs as well as of course college basketball, which we begins here. You get almost 14 days of college basketball begins here November 7th. So it's coming quickly. So we got all the major sports covered. NFL, college football, NBA, MLB, NHL, of course, college basketball here November 7th. Of course, that'll be part of the 1 month all sports pass. And we can save you right now the 20% off when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link in the description, clicking the all cappers tab, and get signed up. So I just did the math here on the 1 month all sports pass. You have the option to get is whatever you like. You just want to buy the individual plays. You just want to buy the best bets. You make the choice. Use that 20% off code and get there. You can land on this page by clicking the link in the description. Then clicking the cappers tab. You'll see at the top, find Ramon, and then you'll land on this page and get signed up. And of course, as we mentioned before, if Ramon happens to release any late steam plays, which I'll show you here, they'll show up in green on the side here on the pick ticker. If Ramon happens to release any late steams, these are picks by the handicappers when they release them between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. I know a lot of you members go in there early in the morning and get the plays in by a certain time. But beyond that, if Ramon happens to see any plays that he likes near game time and he enters them in the system, they'll also be available in the members area. But more importantly, for all of our long-term subscribers, his long-term customers, this is a feature added at no charge here. You will get email notification of that pick once he enters it. So remember, the late steam plays, that if he has those, will also be part of the long-term passes. So that adds a lot of value to the long-term pass, the 3, 7, or 30 All Sports Pass for the late steam plays there. So click the link to the description to get signed up here. And of course, any late steam plays he has will show up and be emailed to you. So the long-term pass here for the 3, 7, or 30 All Sports Pass as a 1 year pass will feature any late steam as well. All right, Ramon, we covered a lot there. I hope you have a great afternoon. And we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon.
Well, we talked about all the sports, and my play tonight on Tony's Picks Ramon is in Major League Soccer playoffs. We're in the playoffs. We're down to just a couple of teams, 8 teams now left in the playoffs, and I've got a pick tonight in one of the games. So head on over to Tony's Picks Ramon and pick up a winner in Major League Soccer. Absolutely free. Absolutely free. Absolutely free.
That's right.
Channeling my inner tilt there.
That's right.
And also, don't forget, Tony, Mindy and I together on the morning steam, coming at you with a big card on Saturday with our consensus selections. We're not even done with the card yet, and we got, I don't know, maybe 10 or a dozen plays that we've agreed on, and that account is clicking pretty good right now. We're on a little bit of a roll. She mentioned the 5-day winning streak currently for us over there, and she does all the work. I just have to pick the right, I just have to pick yes or no. So it's pretty easy for me, and it seems to be working. So really, what we really do is handicap the game each, and we end up on the same side. It's a consensus play, which since we're just using them as our free selections, which might not have the same strength as our premium plays. That's what we do. That's what we all do. I think everyone in doing these type of shows, you go with your premium. Those are your best picks over at Tony'sPicks.com, and then you save the rest. Yes, sometimes you feel strong, or you've already put your premiums in and you still feel strong about the video play, the free play on the shows and things like that, but maybe those are just a tad down. That's why you save them they're a free play, they're complimentary. But when you got two people agree, hey, I really like this play, but not strong enough for a premium, but then my broadcast partner, Mindy, says, you know what, I like that play too. Maybe we should have rethought it when you were putting up your premiums. Well, here we both agree on it, and that puts us on a consensus play, which now we deem as a premium play. You can get all those plays just by watching the show. You don't have to pay anything. You can just watch every show, watch on YouTube, listen on all the platforms that we now have our podcasts on. Each game is listed individually, so you can find the game that you're interested. We give picks out on virtually every game. Or if not, you can subscribe to the picks right here at Tony'sPicks.com. You don't have time to listen to our show every time. You don't listen to our show, but the picks are good. Whatever the case may be, we repackage those over at Tony'sPicks.com and have them at a reasonable rate. And again, you can get on a long-term package with those plays. They're not just determined for individual package on a daily basis. You can subscribe to the whole year, and I'd love that, and get our consensus plays, which we've already seen people do. So great suggestion from you and the GM, and really it's just we just started a show about 6 or 7 weeks ago, and the show evolved into this type of premise, I think, if you will. So that's been a pleasant surprise so far with my time with you, Tony, here at the website.
Yeah, it's been excellent, guys. That morning steam show. Tune in Saturday through Thursday here at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. The morning steam, we know they put together their consensus. When they agree on a play, it becomes a consensus play. You get those for free by watching the show or listen to it on the podcast. But those that don't have time to watch the show, well, you can just go over to Tony'sPicks.com and look for the morning steam. And they've been performing well with those plays, and check them out. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you show. Keep up the great work. We'll talk with you again tomorrow, but I just want to make note here on this late steam. Any strategies there you'll be incorporating with this late steam feature, or that's something I know you're around the clock with this.
Well, yeah, and I'm all about the late steam, certainly. So, but I think it'll be interesting to see how to approach it, because a lot of times, steam is a term, used basically for a game that's on the move. If anyone ever watches an odd screen, I don't want to talk down to anybody here. And I know we have a lot of sophisticated bettors as well, but, late steam a lot of times means you might have even missed out on the best line. You might be talking about a play where a game has moved 10, 20, 30 cents, or in point spread betting, maybe moved a point or point and a half. But a lot of times that information is coming in because of injury information or weather information or specific details that a lot of times you're not really concerned with the move itself. Bookmakers have to adjust to balance their action, to kind of thwart people from continuing to pile on a public burial. if you will. But a lot of times you just roll with it because the advantage is so heavy. You do pay a little bit of a tax sometimes to pay that increased price or that increased spread. But those are the games that often end up going well past the projected score of the game when you have a win. And that's why, as you mentioned, a lot of times coming in on a late play is going to have a higher winning percentage just because more information is available. And that's what this game is all about. It's an information game. So I will probably be coming in with some late action, but probably very selective on that. Maybe more high profile games, I would think, or games where there may be situations where I'm actually waiting for that information to come through and know that I'm going to have a play if the information breaks like I'm expecting it to. Weak example maybe, but for example, I don't know who's in goal for New Jersey tonight, but again, with that team, it doesn't necessarily matter. I'm not too fond of either a goalie at this point, but sometimes you could have a good goalie or a bad goalie, or baseball, pitching changes, things like that, which can affect the handicap, a late scratch of a player, things like that. So maybe that's what we will be looking forward to when we get involved with that.
Yeah, looking at goalies' injuries with NBA players. Sometimes we get that late word the team's player going to sit a player. NFL, we always want to find out the actives, inactives right before game time. College football, especially those players who are deemed, day to day, game time decision. Those would be some of those plays that we may be eyeing on. So again, another feature we offered here is the late steam plays. Guys, sometimes you go with it, sometimes you go against it, but in any words, it's late information plays that come in. So make sure you guys check out a free feature we added now to the long-term subscription. So guys, get on board with one of Ramon's long-term passes and use that promo code to save yourself 20% off. All right, Ramon, it's always great having the show. Keep up that great work. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Thank you for having me.
You got Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you here on Game Day Picks here Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so you're live with us. So you get the picks for these games that go off soon. But today's not the case. A lot of these games come up later in the afternoon, but you want to make sure you get the best number. All right, let's continue on here with the show. Let's take a look at my play tonight. We're going to look at the TNT game tonight between the Clippers and the Lakers. Clippers going to be laying 5.5. Total sits here at 223.5. I'm going to be looking here at this Clipper team. Here in this one here, Clippers are laying the 5.5 here against the Lakers. Kind of a tough spot, boy. The first 10 games for the Lakers are going to be really tough. We know the Clippers pretty much healthy. The bench contributors, Brown, Bryant, and Schroeder are out for the Lakers. So let me just, again, refresh my screen because you never know in this NBA, right? Things can change very quickly. Let's see here. Also, because we also got information today that the Clippers are thinking of using Kawhi Leonard off the bench just to manage some of his minutes on the court. But we do see Leonard here in the starting rotation. And we do see, again, this information is still accurate here with Brown, Bryant, Schroeder. These are bench contributors that are out here for the Lakers. The Clippers have really beefed up their second unit by bringing in John Wall. This is one of the best benches, again, in the NBA. And again, the Lakers are up against it because they face a really good bench with the Warriors, and what the Warriors bench outscored the Lakers by 17 points in the opener. They lose by 14, and the Lakers were outscored in every quarter, and were outscored by 13 here in the third. But what they note here, it's just a poor shooting performance. 43% from the floor. They missed their threes, many of them wide open threes. They're not a good 3-point shooting team, and LeBron James even admitted that to the media after the game. The Laker bench, they scored 24 points. The Warriors, they scored 41 off the bench. This is going to be an issue for the Lakers here, and a lot of pressure on these starters to try to outscore opponents' starters by margin. Again, this is due to having one of the weakest benches in the league. The LA offense averaged just 97 points per 100 possessions in their opener, which was second worst of the 28 teams that opened their season in Game 1. The only team that was worse was San Antonio. Again, as we said, the Lakers facing teams in 2 straight games with the strongest benches in the league. We're going to go Clippers here at the -5.5. All right, guys, check out TonySpicks.com. Right now I have my 3-pack up there, 2 from the NBA, 1 from college football, so get signed up. Also, my long-term pass, 3, 7, or 30-hour sports pass. Get all my pre and plays for that time period you select. When you go to my handicapper page and make that purchase. Remember, on all long-term passes now, our late steam plays, sometimes we go with this team, sometimes we go against them. I'm one of those guys that like to go against this team. But anyway, check out our long-term passes, as this late steam feature will now be part of it. Now you can buy them individually on the pick ticker. Again, the late steam are plays that start within 10 minutes and 2 hours of tip-off time. So anytime those picks have been entered in that time period, those plays are classified late steam. Again, we may go with it, we may go against it. But again, those our long-term subscribers will get email notifications of our late steam releases. And those that are not on long-term passes can visit the site regularly and look for those plays in green, which are the late steam plays. And those have been released within 10 minutes and 2 hours of tip-off time. So keep an eye on that. That's a feature that's offered on all long-term passes, 3, 7, or 30-day all sports passes, as well as the 1-year all sports pass, or any seasonal passes that are up there. The 1-day passes are not offered on the late steam, so you got to get the long-term passes for that feature, or buy them individually as they pop up on the screen. All right, let's continue on here with game day picks. Now it is time to recap the plays here from today. We had Mindy with the Canucks Wild over 6.5. Ramon was on the Devils Islanders under 6.5, and I was on the Clippers here at laying the 5.5. Right, that's going to do it here for our show, guys. Remember, sure to visit TonySpicks.com for all the latest here happenings over at the site. Get on board to one of our long-term subscribers. Become a long-term subscriber right now by clicking the link here on some of the cappers and getting signed up. Hot cappers like Hollywood Sam, Tiffany, and so forth. Check them out over at TonySpicks.com. Don't forget that promo code TonyT will save you 20% off. All right, that's going to do it for our show today. We're going to bring in the crew for today. We're going to go ahead and wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have an excellent